exactly in a group yet. We were still joining the group, the Zoom meetings, attending class. But this week we were meant to join a group. Um, I don't think my group today was actually present in class, or at least a few of us weren't. I know one of our group members hadn't joined yet. However, in regards to what we learned in the class, we learned about the 4 phases of project management. Um, Probably one of the key things that I learned throughout this unit kind of helped us with the end result of our assignment. I was, however, looking through the learning guide, trying to sort of pitch to myself an idea that I could carry out for the end for this assignment. However, kind of getting into the groove of the semester and the unit itself was kind of at the forefront for myself and probably for the rest of my group.
We have officially formed our groups. So it's Sylvia, Tiana, and myself. We have yet to decide an appropriate platform for us to actually come together and start the creative thinking process. I have a few ideas of my own: appeal testing and festivals, since they are pretty controversial topics at the moment. Yeah, we're yet to actually discuss, since we're still trying to figure out an appropriate platform so we can discuss. Because some of us have Facebook, some of us don't. So it's a bit complicated at the moment, but yeah, figure it out. So it's coming to the end of week 2, and we've just briefly started the creative process, just coming forth with some ideas, going back and forth, pitching ideas. Yeah, it's looking really good. Still haven't came to a social issue we're going to focus on or a client, but yes, some process is being made, which is awesome.
So this week in the lectures, it was the working documents explanation. So the work in progress, the WIP, the work breakdown schedule, the WBS, and the deliverables. So we went through the work breakdown schedule line by line and really made sure that we understood what needed to be delivered for every deliverable, and then we were realistic about the timing that we needed for it. So we also spoke about everybody's commitments in the upcoming weeks to make sure that they had capacity to be able to deliver what they committed to. So we'll check on these working documents every time we catch up, so every week, and we'll update them. They are working documents, so we can obviously change them as we go in as we need, but as long as we stay accountable and stay on top of them, it should hopefully stop us from rushing on the last day to get it done.
Welcome to week 5. We found a time that we could all kind of catch up and discuss this project or pitch. Our tutorial was this afternoon, which helped a little bit because we were all, or most of us were in Parramatta, so we've just decided to catch up after work. So it is a little bit late, but I'm finally going home. I thought I would do this video before I do head off. So this week's material in class was pretty helpful. I guess the whole point relating around efficiency and making a to-do list, I guess that would help each and every one of us complete our delegated tasks relating to the actual picture project itself. I guess we're all a little bit stressed, or I'm definitely stressed over time management and things getting in the way, as most of us do work full-time or work different hours. For example, I would work, the normal 8:30 to 5, but I know Cassandra does work sometimes 1:30 to 8:30. Due to work commitments, it is quite hard, but I'm sure with the to-do list, because we did kind of discuss this whilst we got together and thought, head home, make a Google Doc and make a to-do list, a shared to-do list for all of us, and that would help us, I guess, make progress with our pitch, and we could follow up with each other regularly, and going forward it should be a little bit easier.
So it's midweek 6, and I have to be a bit quiet because it's pretty early in the morning in terms of where we're up to. So we've came to the conclusion that we're going to go with the Westfield being our client. We've got Tiana and myself looking at the external factors, more looking at research and the client itself, and then Sylvia and Emma are looking more back end, so more internal factors of our project. In terms of working together, we work pretty well, I would say. We don't have tough personalities, so to speak, or any clashes, which is awesome, which is an extra bonus for us. We seem to get along really well and be able to communicate with each other really effectively, which is awesome. I do have to point out that in terms of this project and our lives, we have pretty hefty busy schedules on our plates individually, and most of us have full-time jobs, so trying to balance that and our project has been a bit tricky. We decided to go with a better form of communicating with one another, which is doing a WhatsApp group. So pretty much we can text on the go, so we don't keep going back on the Google Doc. So it's much effective that way. But other than that, things are going really well. So
7, the team is working pretty good. We're sort of just trying to take the feedback we got from our project summary to kind of put to use for this next assignment. Our idea is going strong. We sort of put aside the initial idea and we're trying to work on a few other minor details in regards to the feedback that we got.
So I've just gotten home after meeting with the group on campus today, which was really good to actually catch up. We actually spent a lot of our catch up today watching the guest lecture, which was about the Be Fearless assignment, directly linked in with the Be Fearless assignment. So it sparked a bit of conversation about what we are comfortable doing versus what we're not comfortable doing, and how important it is to feel comfortable when delivering something important, like a presentation or a pitch in this case. So it was a lot of conversation today, which was good. It didn't result in tangible outcomes as such, so it may have put us maybe a little bit behind according to our work in progress sheet. So we said that we'll all go off and we'll work individually for the next kind of week or so until our next catch up, and we'll try and get ourselves back on track.
Welcome to week 9. So week 9 is our mid-semester break, which also means there is no class this week. We haven't really done much for the pitch or our project this week. Most of us are pretty focused on our assessment that is due next week, which is the Be Fearless assessment. I guess with working full-time, having other assessments due earlier, and no class to kind of motivate us to get together and discuss our project, we haven't really been managing our time pretty efficiently, and so we're kind of just on a pause regarding our pitch. I know last week we did catch up on campus and we said we were just going to go off and work on our own individually for the next week and a half. So hopefully everyone has still been doing that here and there, and we can get back on track by next week's video.
Okie dokie, so it is week 10. In terms of a project though, my group is currently talking on the group. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so if I'm going to be completely honest, we're behind. The reason why we're really behind is because we have really pushed this assignment to the curb, in a sense. With all the assignments and all the reports and all the projects coming up, I think we haven't really spent the time to really, do what needs to be done. Although we have delegated parts, I think the main issue is we haven't had the time to actually come together as a group and pull everything together. But hopefully within the 5 days that I'm gone, the girls will be able to meet during that time and come together and pull everything. I'll try my best to have my infographic done and my research done, so hopefully, fingers crossed, all goes well.
So it's week 11. And we just finished up one of our online group chats, and we really started to discuss the detail of our presentation and the weight that the presentation actually holds. So all the prep work is absolutely crazy important, but in the end it all is kind of worthless if the pitch and the presentation isn't showcased effectively. So after listening to the lecture pods, we really needed to outline our expectations, which then sparked conversation in our team to really try and think outside the box on how we present and do something a little bit different. So we shared some stories that we could then potentially link back into our pitch. We also had an open conversation about ideas, and we made the promise that no such thing as a bad idea, and that every idea suggested will be explored. The conversation then led us to the format of which we will present, and the discussion turned to identifying everybody's strengths and weaknesses, so our strengths and weaknesses as a group as well as individually, and we made the commitment to really try and play to everybody's strengths, but we all also made a promise to do something a little bit different and something that we wouldn't normally do. So if we are feeling confident, then the sell becomes simple, because if we believe in the product, it will make the presentation so much easier.